this is the makeup look that would look good on you for the date night. It's not too much, but it's not too little. It's like a natural, beautiful, fancy, feminine, and sexy makeup that gives you like date night vibes and is breathtaking. And I think this makeup look is the look that will look good on everybody, regardless of your face shape, regardless of your eye shape, and especially for hooded eyes, this smoky eye is the answer. So I'm not gonna bore you with my words, and we are going to get into this video. Let's get started. The thing with the date night is that you want to look as fabulous as you can, as elegant and as fancy as you can, but you still don't want to look like you've just spent 5 hours getting ready for that date. You want to look stunning, but still like you don't care, while you couldn't care more. Chapped lips or cakey foundation is the last thing you want in your date night. So pay attention to this guy over here. Moisturizer. Hydrate your base with anything you got, with a hydrating mask or with a hydrating cream, moisturizer, anything you got to get that smooth skin to work with. Okay, because I don't want the lines here to show underneath my concealer, I always use a bit of my eye cream under my eyes to get it smooth and ready for the concealer. Okay, and for lips, especially for lips, because yeah, it's a date night, hello, use your lip balm. Use your lip balm to get them ready for that lipstick or the lip gloss that we're going to put on later. For the date night, we want our skin to look smooth and even, but we don't want to look like we've got like 10 layers of foundation. So we're all about keeping it light and natural for this video. Okay, with the damp sponge, it's a great way to blend everything out like evenly. Like for a light finish, I always use a damp sponge. Okay, if you've got any blemishes or acne situation going on your skin, you can use a little bit of your green corrector to cancel them out. If you don't know how, I talked about it in previous videos, and you can check them out to find out how exactly you need to cancel out any red spots, any blemishes, or acne. The base is given, it's really given. Okay, there is this situation of the dark circles going on over here around my eyes, so I use my corrector. It's like a peachy tone into it that can cancel out my dark circles like very beautifully. So I use this lightest amount. If you use too much, it will crease under your concealer, and believe me, would not look good. And it also would make your, if you've got any wrinkles, or if you've got the smallest like lines under your eyes, it will make them 10 times worse if you use too much product, especially creamy or even powder products under your eyes. You need to keep it light and simple with the under eyes. These areas right here aren't the most cooperating areas of our face. So I use the tip of my fingers to just blend them out, and the heat of my hand would really help to just melt the product into my skin. Like It sits on my skin very well when I do it with my fingertip. I tried so many ways, but this baby right here is has been the best for me so far. Okay, we're covering up with our concealer. Again with the damp brush. Again with the damp sponge. It's not a brush, obviously. I usually give my foundation and also my concealer like 3 to 4 minutes before I set them because I want them to sit on my skin. I don't know what other word I should use for this, but I want them to sit fully on my skin before I set them. So I give it like 3, 4, or 5 minutes depending on the product I'm using. And then I go in with my baking powder or setting powder to set the parts that I think are most likely to crease, like the parts that have like lines or wrinkles, like here and under my eyes and even my crease. Okay, I'm not going crazy with my brows, only use a little bit of my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze wax. We want our brow hairs to stay up, but not like too crazy, because as the trend for brows like this year is getting them to look natural, getting them to look not that full and not that thick or crazy like the last 2 years like Instagram brows or anything. Just a natural, a little bit pushed up brow is all we need. I usually do this, push my brow hairs like in, just to make them stay the way I want them to stay. If anything is the key, is that secret ingredient to this video and this date night makeup look, it's this: eyes. Because eyes are the, windows or doors to our soul. They are something to our soul, if I'm being serious. They are the most, I think they are the most important feature on our face. I don't know. It's like if you've got like very beautiful eyes, they would catch so much attention that people wouldn't pay attention to the rest of your face, Have you ever seen those people that have like big beautiful eyes and they glaze into your soul and you don't see anything else? You just see their eyes. And by the way, I put so much effort and work into my outfit for this video. Look. It's very beautiful. But when I sat here, I just found out that it's not showing. It's not in the frame and it's not even showing. And it wouldn't make a difference if I wore like a simple black t-shirt or anything. But it's beautiful. Just know that I put so much thought into this video. Okay, we are going for a smoky eye today, because nothing is more sexy than a beautifully done smoky eye. Believe me, nothing can beat a smoky eye. It's sexy. It's sexy, people. Don't argue with me. It is sexy and you know it. So I'm going to use a very light shade, like a base shade probably, to just get my base ready. Then I'm using a brown shade, which can be this guy over here. I'm applying it like near my lash line. And then I'm going to smoke it out upwards. Smoke it out, people. But the focus is near my lash line. Okay, look at the brush I'm using for this. It's basically like a blending brush, but not a very big one and not a very small one. You only need 3 brushes to do this eyeshadow look, to do a smoky eye. Like a really small, flat or angled brush, and two blending brushes, one of them bigger, one of them smaller, but nothing too big here because we have like a very small area to work with. We don't need any big brushes. If I'm being honest, you really don't need like hundreds of brushes to be a makeup artist or to do like professional beautiful looks. You really don't need them. I think I've got like 60 brushes, but I barely even use 10. So don't think that you cannot do like beautiful professional makeup looks just because you have very few brushes, because it is possible. You just need to get the right brushes, get the essential ones. So I'm gonna blend out the edges. I don't want people to see the lines. Like, I'm really trying to blend it into my skin color. Okay, and I even use my fingertip to blend out any left edges or possible lines. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Okay, we can go a little bit deeper, we can go a little bit darker with this brown shade. I'm going to go a little bit darker, but not too much. It's only a date night, we have to keep it light, like we talked about. We don't want to look like we spent hundreds of hours getting ready. Not that anything is wrong with spending like hundreds of hours to get ready for a date, but it's me, and maybe it's only me, or I don't know, maybe it's everybody. I just don't want to look like I care so much, like I care too much, because that sometimes scares people. That sometimes just scares people. So I try to keep it to myself and look as breezy as I can. Nothing too scary. So I'm going in with a darker shade, and this time I'm going to keep it like really near my lash line. I'm keeping it here and only here. I'm not going upwards or anything like the last shade, like I did with the last shade. No, not like that. But as you can see, you see a line here. You see something like a harsh line. So I'm going to blend that out now, just to get rid of that line. You see it already happening, like the most pigment, the focus of the pigment and the color is near my lash line, and as we go upwards, it's like fading away, it's like fading out, and we want the least pigment here. So with this lighter shade I used first, I'm going in under my eyes like this, just to make them like more catchy, and smoke it out a little, like from here, my outer corner, like towards my ears, and a little bit upwards to get that foxy look. Time for our smallest brush, which can be a flat brush or an angled one, doesn't matter. We just need a small stiff brush, that's it. Okay, so I grabbed some of my overused black shade, and only on your lash line, just to enhance them. Once you've got this, then bring it out a little on the corner, just to give you that lifted shape, that foxy, sexy shape. And we don't want a wing here. Okay, if you want to call it a wing, we want a short, smoked out wing, not like a harsh wing. Blend out this black shade into the previous ones, just to get that harsh line fade away. I go over with my medium brush. I'm just moving it like back and forth, only back and forth on the lines, on the harsh lines, just to make them blend out. Okay, for the lower lash line, again, we are going in with this small brush with the black shade just to enhance our lower lash line. That's it. Don't bring it downwards. Oh my god, I love it. And just wait for me to put some mascara on and then we talk. Okay, warm our lash curler a bit using the heat of our body. Going to curl my lashes up. They are up. Then I'm going under my eyes to cancel out any like fallen dark shadows under my eyes. And if you have like an eyeshadow that falls out a lot, first do your eyes and then your base. Because dark shadows will fall out at some point, but when it's like too much and you cannot do anything about them, okay, you can do your eyes first and then go to your base. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye off camera because I don't want to bore you with the steps I already did and you know how to do it. So I'll be back. Okay guys, we're back and off to the next step. Well, I know you love your contours. I know, I feel you. I'm addicted to them too. But for this look, we're not going to use any contours on our face. Well, the thing about contouring is that it's going to look fabulous, but it's going to make you look like you're wearing too much makeup, like you're wearing not too much, so much makeup. And since we are going for that like effortless look that we are going for, we don't want to contour our face. We just want to use a little bit of our bronzer just to warm our face, just to add a little bit depth, and that is it. So a little bit on this part, like under my cheeks, and a little bit over my cheeks, you know, I'm blending it out upwards on my cheeks. Yeah, you heard it right. And even here near my brows, I'm pulling it. Look, I'm starting here and I'm pulling it upwards all the way to my forehead, all the way to my forehead. And I started doing this technique, this bronzing technique, when I saw Kim Kardashian doing this technique on her face. It looked phenomenal, so I thought I might give it a try. I did, and I couldn't stop ever since. It gives you that cohesive, related, professional look that you oh. And then, I mean this, and then you might be like, when on earth we are going to apply our blush? Well, I'm going to disappoint you because we are not applying blush today. Yeah, sorry guys. I know you live for blush. I do too, but it's a date night and we are not going for that cutie girly girl vibe. We are going for that sexy feminine vibe. We are going for that strong woman vibe, that woman who doesn't need anybody but everybody needs her. We're going for that vibe. I'm warming up my forehead a little bit, like on this part, and a little bit here. I'm using a medium brush, not too small, not too big, because if you use a big brush for like adding bronzer or adding contour to your face, well, it would make it messy and not so clean because it's so hard to control the big blush and your face is like a small area. Do you see this angle right here? This is what we want. This is what we want, and this is that strong feminine jawline vibe. A little bit on my nose. And by the way, I'm using this Glowish by Huda Beauty bronzing powder just here, like in the middle of my nose bridge. Not like too high, not too low, not on the tip, not on the tip. On the middle of my nose is where I'm going for. I think we're there. Just adding more warmth to my face and to my cheeks. And there you go. There you go. I love it, guys. I love it. I genuinely, deeply love it so much. Last but not least are lips, because why would it be least? It's a date night. It's about lips, so it's not least. I think for your lips, you should go for a shade. I mean, with this look, you should go for a shade that is not light too deep and not too lighter, just to enhance and define our lips. Look, it's literally the natural shade of my lips. Okay, here you've got two options. You can whether like blend out the lines and go for the matte lips like this, or you can add some lip gloss. Okay, I'm going to add a little of my lip gloss on the top of this beautiful color. It's the shade Honey, again from Huda Beauty, because I love her new lip glosses. It's a creamy color on the center of my lip. Okay, don't go crazy with your lip gloss. It's a date night. It's a date night makeup. You might want to eat some food, drink, or maybe kiss if it goes well. So the last thing we need is our lip gloss to just, with tip of your finger, just blend it out to help it sit better. This is something that I personally would wear to a date. And yeah, I've been married for like a decade now, I guess. But this is something I would wear to the date night, because we still have our date nights if I want to go personal and share, and I still want to look fancy in each and every one of them, not to impress anyone, only to make sure that I've still got it. And this is how I find out that I still got it. So give it a try and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel and be a part of this family. I would love for you to be a part of this family, and take care of yourself. Lots of love. See you in the next video. Goodbye.